So I spoke too soon. I was literally in the middle of recording this video, and some crazy news dropped. Apparently, Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been pronounced dead. I was surprised she was still alive in the first place, but she's gone now. So there's another Supreme Court vacancy. The president technically has 3 months where he can fill it if he wishes to. I don't think they'll have the political clout to be able to do that. I'm sure somebody like Mitt Romney in the Senate will say, "Well, we can't confirm this person because it's an election year or some bullshit." But that's a huge deal, and that's hopefully that motivates basically the right to come out who don't like Trump's style, hold their nose, and come out and actually vote for the president, because basically, right off the bat, you're going to get some left-wing anti-constitutional nutcase put in the court if Trump loses. So this now, I'm not sure how they're going to play it. I'll have to look, and I'll have to see some of the moves that the administration makes to see what the strategy is. I know he's going to be able to hammer home this as an issue that he's going to be appointing insane far-left judges. And the left, they're going to be talking about this. They're going to say this is, the court will be stacked, and you'll lose your women's rights and all this other insane shit that they'll say. So it's going to be that's going to be basically front and center in both campaigns. How that affects things, I don't know. I mean, I know what way it's going to steer the conversation, but as for how it affects things, I don't know. Would it be a mistake for Trump to push for a replacement immediately? If this had happened in March or before that, probably wouldn't have been a mistake. It probably you could do it and basically be coming right off the heels of impeachment and being like, you guys distracted my presidency long enough, screw you. We're gonna put somebody in place who's actually, not doesn't just fall asleep when they're hearing the articles read to them. But I think it may be too late in the game, since it is basically mid-September, to push to have basically that vacancy filled. Then again, maybe that is. I literally keep getting alerts about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Maybe that is going to be paramount, is because here's the problem. All this voter fraud and cheating and nonsense, it's the kind of stuff that ends up going up to the Supreme Court, because if not the state Supreme Court, it's probably going to be the federal Supreme Court, because of the fact that mail-in voting fraud is across the board everywhere. So there's going to be a lot of federal questions that need to be answered if there is essentially a constitutional crisis, because like Biden decides not to accept the results, or they just they keep counting for weeks and weeks afterwards until they get the numbers they want with just mysterious mail-in ballots that just show up. I mean, there was already a judge, I think it was last week, who said that, oh yeah, you can't disqualify a ballot because the signature doesn't match. And the signature matching is the only level of security on these mail-in ballots. The only level of security. And if you can't disqualify it for at least that not matching, then you're just disenfranchising everybody. It's an absolute. I just keep getting alerts about it from all the different apps. Everybody wants me to know. So I suspect basically, unless Trump wins with a landslide, it's going to be fought in the courts, and we're going to have a situation where the courts essentially decide. They may not even end up deciding who the president is, but the way the courts weigh in, particularly if it's the Supreme Court, will have a major effect on essentially the positioning of both parties after this election. Basically, Trump wins, and then it's challenged, and then the Supreme Court sides with him. Then he's got more legitimacy. Trump wins, it's challenged, and then the Supreme Court is hung because there's only 4 on 4, or somehow sides against him. Then there's just nonstop unrest. If Biden wins, the Supreme Court sides with him, then we're screwed. It's over. But if Biden wins, the Supreme Court sides against him, it's going to be a huge mess. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure what the maneuvers are going to be. Expect them to accuse Trump of wanting to fill the seat this fast. Expect him to taunt and pretend he's going to, but I don't suspect he actually will. So that's it.